Fabulous. Okay, we ready for our last speaker of the night? Come on, we ready? Yes. Okay. And you know how we do. We got 3 fun facts. Zeze Peters. Hello, my friend. He loves, many O's, loves backyard farming. Harvested 20 crops this year, 20 crops. He also loves hands-on house renovation, single-handedly doing his entire basement. If you need repairs at your house, hit this guy up. And he loves, this one's, I think this is cool. I'm a film guy. He loves binge watching Korean horror dramas on Netflix. I don't know if that's Netflix and chill, but I like it anyway. Please welcome Zeze to the stage. There you go, my friend.
Hey, Toronto. I'm glad to share my fuck-ups with you. But first off, how many people here love mathematics? Yeah, math geeks. I knew you guys would love math. What about rockets? Who loves rockets? Yeah, so that's my tribe because I have a master's degree in aerospace engineering in microgravity robots. Built some robots, sent them up into microgravity, helped save a lot of energy. I'm really, really into that stuff. And really, what this talk is going to be about is it easier to be a founder or to build robots? Now, I get it, it's not rocket science building a business. If you want to start a company, you just got to go register it and write a charter, hire a bunch of people, and you're good to go, right? But 90% of startups fail. And I can tell you that my startup has failed a bunch of times. Very simple image. Everybody's using app stores now. You've built an app. But I started my company, Beam City, because my first company, Beam City, sorry. That's how many times I failed. Because my mom ran a store, and she would wake me up every morning, hey, Zeze, come with me at 6 a.m. And you'd go there, and you'd set up, and you'd sell the things for the day, and you go home, and you're like, yeah, I just worked. But then I was 7 years old. And after doing all this stuff and working for companies and building amazing things, I actually had a 5-year streak where I built 11,000 products. I don't know if I slept those 5 years, but I'm not in a bottle of goop, so I think that worked out. And I thought, hey, you know what? I want to help businesses. So that's what I did. I decided to build a company as an app that would help businesses to sell whatever they wanted to anybody in the city, hence Beam City. I spent a year building this app. I used Swift. I learned all the newest things, learned how to use AI to take an image and wipe out the background. And then the first day I put it in the hands of stores, it didn't work. They had bad Wi-Fi. This was 2017. They had bad Wi-Fi. Everybody sucked at taking images. Everybody sucked at taking videos. Everybody sucked at writing content. And so after a year of work, I threw out my entire company in 30 days. And so I decided, hey, you know what? This is getting a little hard. I need to get some people on my team. One, bounce some ideas on and really build faster. And so that's what I did. I built a new team, raised a bit more money, and we built the next version of Beam City, which was very different. Now it was a web app. You could come right on our website, find us on SEO, find us through other people's websites, and we had an even better AI. Now this time, you would use your iPhone, or we would send someone with an iPhone to a store, and we would digitize the whole store. That means every single product, the AI would identify it, it would describe it, it would price it, it would categorize it, it would caption it, and would run it as ads, and if you bought it, we would get it to you the same day. Sounds great. It's hard as hell. In fact, it was so hard, I worked 7 days a week, and one of my mentors had to tell me, hey, Zeze, do you remember what your wife looks like? I was like, yeah, I see her every day. But in reality, we were having fights and all that kind of stuff, but after a while, I basically stopped working on Sundays, just so I can keep my family. But then I grew my team. And as you can see, we had a ton of fun. First off, got a nice window side office at Bay and Queen. We could just come out to the office and look out the window. You see City Hall. You're like, yeah, I made it. You're like, yeah, I'm selling my product to companies. Everybody loves what we're doing. We're digitizing. We're using AI. This is, everybody's heard about ChatGPT in the last couple of months. Yeah, yeah. We were doing AI like many, many years before with about 1,000 times less money. We were doing karaoke nights, and this is battle. Anybody been to battle before? Yeah, I threw the axe backwards a few times. Anybody else done that? Yeah, so I think I might be banned at battle now, but at the very least, we had a ton of fun. But then the real grind is actually selling. So I'm a technical guy, right? Like I said, I like math. I've never sold a single thing before, other than, actually, no, I hadn't sold a single thing. So selling was not a good thing for me. My first time I went selling, I wore a hoodie, I wore a bomber jacket like this, and I showed up and they're like, "You're selling? You look like a bum off the streets. Go wear a suit." And so for the next 9 months, I wore suits. And this is actually me in front of a store on Queen Street West, BIA, walking every single day, door to door, business owner to business owner, selling AI. That worked really badly. For like a lot of businesses didn't know what AI was about. It's like, hey, what is AI? Oh, artificial intelligence. What does that mean? Oh, okay. Do you have a website? No. Okay. Have you heard of Shopify? No. But when you said, have you heard of Amazon? Everybody said yes. Why? Because they're all losing their business to Amazon. This was pre-COVID, right? So you're running a furniture store, you're running a clothing business. Heck, even the coffee guys are scared because all their business seemed to be moving online. And I told them, hey, 10 years, your business may not survive unless you go digital. We can help you do it quickly. So that's what we tried to do, and really that's what we did. But doing that wasn't easy. Like every single day I walked maybe, 5 miles or something. Those were some epic walks because that was the armpit of one of my jackets. And this is that other area. Basically, my clothes fell off my back and off my waist, I guess. TMI. But that's how hard I was willing to do this job to help these businesses to survive. But this was hard. You walk down the street one day and next week you show up, store for lease. They were dying faster than we could help them. But still, we got quite a few of them, and we helped them really well. And this is where you start to see why being a founder is hard as hell. You're helping your customers go online and sell product, and for some reason, you just have this nagging feeling, hey, am I succeeding? I know I'm good at battle axe, but are we going to make it? Are my investors going to be mad at me? Is my wife going to kick me out the house? So, like Neil said, I love watching Korean horror dramas. What he didn't tell you is I do all of that on the subway. So I live out in Etobicoke, 45-minute train ride. I put it at 1.5 speed. Yeah. Let's just say I watch entire seasons in a week, easy. So one day, I'm doing this really familiar trip, I'm like, which show am I watching today? Is it going to be Kingdom? Anybody seen Kingdom? Yeah. Oh, 2 people. Yeah. Okay. There's a small fan base. Kingdom is this zombie horror thing. I love zombies and horror in Korea, so that was my thing. But before I put on my horror fetish for the day, I guess, I decided to take a look at QuickBooks. QuickBooks was the software we used to track payroll, track accounts. What is my business doing right now? I had no money in the bank. And by no money, I mean 30 days of money left. See, when I started helping these businesses, I thought, hey, you know what? Offering our software, this AI to them, we should give it at a good price, help get as many of them on board as quickly as possible. Someone would notice, would get funded. But that didn't happen. We're making low single digits every month with this many customers from a few slides ago? No. Fucked up there. With this many customers, actually, we had a lot more than those. And we were not able to make ends meet. We're not able to make ends meet for my team, for our infrastructure. We're spending almost $10,000 a month on Microsoft Azure virtual servers. Anybody here spending money on Azure virtual servers? God damn it, man. Yeah, someone said using VMs is cheap. Fucking liar. So I see that I'm running out of runway. We're not making revenue fast enough. And I decide not to cry, but that's how I felt inside. Because as a founder, the next thing you got to do is make a decision. Do I keep this company? Do I keep this team? Or do I have to do something else? I tell you. Yeah, actually I cried, but I didn't let anybody see me doing it. And this is where we come down to the comparison. When I was building microgravity robots, I always had a great team, but a huge team, well-funded, usually backed by some big multinational or a government. You kind of know what you're doing because the physics has already been solved, right? Like, we've been sending stuff in parabolic paths since World War II and really before, so we kind of know how to do that stuff by now. We've also done pi to like 100 decimal places, so we can hit a dot on Mars if we wanted to. So physics is solved. Really complex machines. You see your cars. Every car has like, what, 10,000 parts? Have you ever built a 10,000 part thing? Oh my fucking God. It's like every screw you got to know, every bolt you have to know, every weld you got to know. Now do it on a ship that's going to fire, literally explode under your butt all the way into orbit. And you know how hard that is? And to be a rocket scientist, you have to be a pessimist, super duper pessimistic. Everything is under regulation. Government is hounding your ass every single day. You've got to write specs on specs, requirements, and if you fuck it up, they fuck you up. Super easy. They're like, yep, you're not getting that. Your investors take away money. And that's why you'll find that in rocket science, there's the idea of safety margins, 2x, right? Anybody heard of a 2x safety margin? 2 computers, 2 plumbing systems. I guess a backup seat for every pilot, I don't know. But everything is having a wide safety margin. But then as a founder, you kind of come in, usually at the earlier stages anyway, you have a small team, if any team at all. They may not know anything about your space, either because you're too broke to hire people who know what they're doing, or you're just like too many interns, I don't know. I can tell you I hired a lot of interns. Interns are good, but don't put them in charge of sales. Yeah, that's why I did all that walking. It didn't work. You're building something new. So that means that the problems haven't been solved yet, at least not by you, right? And if you've not solved those problems yet, either you find someone who can solve them, or you got to move fast, or you're going to be dead in the water. And then finally, it's super complicated to solve problems you've never solved before. Like I said, I like math. I like robots. Didn't like walking down Queen Street West for hours on end every single day, but I did it because I thought it was worth doing to help these businesses. And finally, as a founder, you're an optimist. The difference between a rocket scientist and the founder is a rocket scientist in a dark room with a light at the end of the tunnel. The rocket scientist would be like, is that a safe exit? But as a founder, you're running full speed every single minute. Maybe it's just a freaking LED, I don't know. But if there's a chance it's a door, I'm going. And that's the difference between a rocket scientist and a founder. We're all building complex shit. We're failing a lot. Some teams have good money. But if you're a founder, you're just optimistic no matter what. Now, what happened with my team? I tried not to actively lay people off, but I explained to as many of them as I could what was going on so they could move on. And then those who didn't move on, I pushed them out. I can't pay you, right? Because I was also not paying myself. I didn't pay myself until mid-2021, and this is all 2020. This is all 2019. Jesus Christ. Man, that's how time goes. But then we've evolved the company. We dropped the entire video shopping mall. We thought again about pricing. We became an AI-first advertising agency / platform that took your existing advertising and made it better. We had customers doing 10x better results with us. Some guy who really, really sucked at Google Ads, and we gave him 100x better in like 3 days. So, I mean, I don't know about that guy, but he was not very good at it. And even still, since then, we've evolved again, and our platform is now called Growvare, right? Like we introduced, we basically make AI tools. We have an AI marketer and an AI salesperson because we're all about revenue acceleration. But that's not the end of it. What are the things that I learned? Sell first, build second. My first fuck up was literally building for a whole year and fucking that whole shit up. Yeah, I'm not making that mistake again. Psych. I'm a builder, I love building shit. I keep making that mistake, but don't be like me. Sell first, build second. Number 2 is go with friends. First time I went by myself, I wasn't getting feedback. Not from my customers, not from my team. Definitely not from my investors because I didn't have any. Always go with friends. That might mean a co-founder. That might mean some employees. It might mean an advisor or 2 or a mentor. But if you go alone, purely alone, I mean, solopreneurship is a thing. There's some people making a ton of money doing solopreneurship. But they're the minority, and not everybody can take that heat. So, advice, go with some friends. Preferably with people who have gone through what you're going through, because it's worse when everybody's confused at the same time. Pick a profitable niche. I wanted to help all the small businesses. Right? Emotional attachment to the problem. I should have probably picked furniture stores or franchise businesses because they could pay better. Pick a profitable niche so that your business survives. If your business does not survive, it doesn't even matter. Why are you doing it? Next up is fuck up fast and pivot. I know it contradicts what the lady said before, move slow. But in the world of tech is moving fast, customers are moving fast, attentions are moving fast. Really, what this is saying is learn as quickly as you can so you can make better decisions quickly. And that means if there's an experiment that you need to try out, hey, which kind of customer wants what I'm looking for? Try that quickly. If there are a few marketing channels you want to try out, ads, email, social, influencers, try each quickly. Figure out what's working. So you're not stuck. There's this analogy I give. It's not even an analogy. You're spending, let's say, $100 a day. Would you rather learn it after you've wasted $1,000 or learn it in the first $100? Fuck up fast and pivot. But then the last thing is, when you fail so hard that other people's lives are affected, that's your team. That's myself. It can really, really break you. I know you guys have gone through it, having to kind of ease the team. It's not easy. In fact, a lot of founders are so scared of it, they never do it. Being deflated is a nice way to say it, but I think it's accurate and it's correct. Extremely deflated I was. Anybody here play basketball? One guy. Damn, man. Don't we have the Raptors? What is this? Only one person? But imagine you're holding a basketball, like a good basketball, right? It's firm. You can bounce it. 3-point shot goes right in, swoosh. But if it's deflated, you can't tell where that ball's going to go. Heck, if you bounce it, it might not come back up. That's a founder when you fail. But one of the main things that optimism of a founder gives you is resilience. Or if it's not giving it to you, maybe you're not doing it right. But you need to find that thing in you or in your network or in your friends that helps you to keep going. You want to change the world, keep working to change it. All sorts of crap is going to get in your way. You're going to break a leg, maybe two. Crawl. The lights might go out, but there's an LED at the end of the room. Run to it, full speed. You have no money in the bank, and you have to let go of your team. You're not dead. Try your best and keep going. Thank you.
Yeah. That was awesome. And because once again, you only fail if you stop, right? Otherwise, it's just learnings. Let's get some questions.